Our project has been divided into 3 different sections. All sections will deliver facts and statistics that have been retrieved from various resources, such as the History Channel, ethics textbooks, and online research documents. First, we will discuss the origins of the culture. Then, we will discuss how rednecks are being portrayed with the American television and the underlying messages we receive. Finally, we will look at the values, accomplishments, and achievements. Rednecks. I'd first like to mention that the term redneck was a term given to poor, multiracial Union coal miners who during a 1921 Union war tied red bandanas around their necks so they could identify each other in battle. A reporter photographed the group and deemed them as rednecks. A redneck was defined as a hard-working, multiracial unionized worker. It was considered a compliment. It wasn't until the 1970s that this term became a racial slur and was specifically directed towards lower-class whites, even though the Union was composed of people from diverse ethnic backgrounds. In 1873, a journalist, Will Wallace Harney, wrote an article about a peculiar type of people from the Appalachian region and how they were out of step with America. This attracted national attention. Soon after, films, books, and articles about hillbillies were written and produced. The media emphasized the most sensational aspects of mountain culture. As with most myths which have remained prevalent throughout the 20th century, the stereotype has been spread mainly through the media of film and television. The typecast characters in movies or television programs can be depicted in one of 2 ways: negatively, as white trash, or in a comparatively positive light, as good country people. The former is used as a scapegoat on which to blame society's mistakes. The assumed faults of this group make it socially acceptable to condemn its way of life.
The Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy Griffith, with Ronnie Howard, also starring Don Knotts.
Society craves the down-home, patriotic, family value-laden, cracker barrel qualities of the good country people. This archetype has appeared repeatedly in television shows throughout past decades, including The Andy Griffith Show and The Waltons. The characters in these shows, although backward and ignorant, are usually moral and good-natured, letting the viewers smile at their quaint old ways with a warm attitude. Still, other examples are shows such as The Dukes of Hazzard and the Beverly Hillbillies, which do not portray their characters in an entirely negative light, but show them as not quite able to come up to normal standards. The Dukes are lawbreakers battling the corrupt boss hog, and the Beverly Hillbillies cannot move up the cultural ladder even after their socio-economic status has been advanced. Both shows contain sexy yet wholesome young women. Daisy and Ellie Mae are portrayed as bimbos, yet remain wide-eyed and innocent. Films that show poor whites as violent people who attack wealthy, citified whites allow the rich to justify their treatment of white trash by portraying the poor whites as racist, criminal, and uneducated. This allows other typically marginalized groups to join upper-class whites against the white trash, or rednecks, or hillbillies, or country boys, or mountain men. This justifies upper-class stereotyping of poor whites and serves to aid in relieving upper-class white guilt over treatment of others in the past. The modern-day redneck is currently identified by stagnant stereotypes, such as listening to country music, identifying with the rebel flag, low income, and poor white ethnic background. Because it is repeatedly portrayed in literature and the media, the redneck stereotype has grown into a widespread myth which is accepted by many as a universal truth. Unfortunately, We forget the many resources and forms of entertainment they have provided to this country. Sports such as NASCAR accumulate over 100,000 viewers on television, not to mention how many people actually attend the event. Those viewers pay money to see this national event that has been inherited through history from a group of people that have been shunned by society. The most revenue generating music, country music, as well, has been inherited to us through these people, and this is a culture that we look down upon from the deliverance of how our media portrays them to be. Country music is a vital cultural tradition and is an essential resource for the preservation of their community. The reality is that this culture has a resistance to authority and a rich history of arts, craft, political thought, discourse, and music. These so called rednecks have contributed to the cultural and economic life of America to a degree few other regions can match.